Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with a review of the Imalent DT70, a 16,000 lumen flashlight. This light was sent to me for review by a website that sells flashlights, banggood.com. They ship worldwide. I will include a link if you want to pick one up, as well as a discount code. Here is the light in hand. Now it's one of those soda can configuration lights. It's got dual side switches. It comes with that belt holster. It's got a belt loop, Velcro overflap. It also comes with some spare O-rings, a recharging cable, and it comes with 4 batteries that I will show later. Here are the stats on the light. You see it's got 4 brightness levels. 16,000 is your turbo. 700 meters beam distance. Now this light has 4 XHP70 high intensity emitters, each with its own reflector well with orange peel texturing. Here is a size comparison with the Hikolite Buffalo that I reviewed. Now these have around the same range, but the Hikolite is 5,000 lumens, and it has 1 emitter, the same type of emitter that the Imalent has 4 of. Another size comparison, the Imalent on the left, and then the Olight Marauder and the Hikolite Devourer, both of which are 9,000 lumens, but those are floodlights. The Imalent is 16,000 lumens and has a lot longer range. To turn the light on, you press the right side switch, and to turn it off, you long press that same switch. Now from on, you can cycle through the first 3 brightness levels just by pressing that right switch. If you long press the left switch, you get to turbo. And if you don't long press it, it just momentary ons the turbo. All right, strobe warning. If you double tap that left switch, you get strobe. Another double tap is SOS, and another double tap is the beacon special mode. And the light does have a memory function. Now that right there is the display screen, the data screen. It tells you how many lumens you're getting, and then if you press the left switch, you can cycle it to tell you the voltage. Right? And it'll also flash an overheating warning if it gets too hot. In order to replace the batteries, you unscrew the body of the light from the head assembly. It takes 4 18650 batteries, and it comes with those 4 batteries. These are extremely high quality batteries. You see, they're 15 amp batteries, so these are high drain batteries, but they do have a protection circuit, unlike many high drain batteries, so they're a little more safe. Now, these add a lot of value to the light. These right here, between $40 to $60 if you bought them separately. You can recharge the batteries in the light by hooking up that USB to micro USB cable, and that's the charging indicator on the data screen. I have it hooked up to a power bank, so you don't need a smart charger. The light is its own recharger. This light has an intelligent thermal control, so it has a temperature sensor, and if the light gets too hot, it will automatically step down the brightness level. So it's not a timer, it actually senses the temperature. So that's a safety feature. Okay, outside demonstration footage. I encountered some critters. Now, I'm not going to shine it directly on them because I don't want to, just be cruel to animals. So I'm just shining it on the ground next to them. All right, and they don't seem to mind it. They probably just think the sun came out because it's so bright. But I mean, look at them all. All right, onto the testing board. Going to cycle through the brightness levels. That's the second. That's 8,000. Now, 8,000 already looked bright. This is the 16,000, and it's even more impressive at long range. Here it is from the second story window. So it's got massive flood effect and good range. And again, our little friends, look at all the pollen and stuff in the air. It was also raining. I don't know if you can see that. More adventures with this light overlooking the creek. Yeah, the creek is running strong. We got a lot of rain. So it just lights up the whole scene, the opposite bank, those trees. It was getting pretty hot too. I'll talk about that later. Strobe warning. Since I didn't strobe on the testing board, I'll show you the strobe here. Boom, there it is. Pretty disorienting. Here it is just on the road. Let's say you broke down. No lights on this road, but I mean, wow. This thing just lights up everything. Yeah, you'd be okay if you broke down. Wow, it's got some range on it too. Here it is in the middle of nowhere again. This is just some desolate, like that stream kind of goes into a lake, right? Which is basically behind me. All right, here it is at the sports field. Easily hitting that goal. Even though there was a lot of humidity in the air, you can probably see, like, yeah, you see all that stuff in the air, but it doesn't matter. Easily hitting the goal. And that's more than 100 meters away from where I'm standing. But yeah, really great range on this light. Okay, gonna overlook this parking lot. You see way down there, there's like a fairly dark parking lot. I'm on a ridge overlooking it. And now I'm going to shine the turbo mode way down there from the ridge. And there you go. And you can see it reaching those signs. Impressive. Here are some still shot comparisons that I edited together. So in the top left corner, that's the Imalent. Next to that is the same shot with the Olight Marauder, right? 9,000 lumens. Now notice the hot spot on the frame with the Imalent, right? It's clearly brighter down in the center of that sight picture, and that's because the Imalent has a lot longer range. The Marauder is a floodlight, right? So at longer distances, that hot spot is going to expand, and it's going to be brighter and brighter at longer range, such as the bottom two frames. Now down there we have the Imalent compared to the Hike-A-Lite Buffalo. These have about the same range, right? They're both pointing at the goal. So you see they can both hit it, but the Imalent 16,000 lumens versus 5,000 for that Hike-A-Lite. So interesting comparisons. Final conclusions on this Imalent light. Well, this is currently the record holder for the brightest light that I own. The way it generates so much brightness is those 4 high intensity emitters combined with the 4 high drain batteries. Now, the value on this light, they gave me a discount code that's huge. It's seriously, it's like more than $100 off. And considering this comes with those 4 protected high drain batteries, which would be anywhere, around $50 if you bought them separately. So yeah, just basically a mind-blowing value. I was shocked that they actually discounted it that much. That's going to expire at some point, so take advantage. Check out the link and the code in the text description box. I am very glad that they did not use the Imalent touch switches. They just have regular, conventional, mechanical, physical switches, no touch screen switches. I like that. In the previous Imalent light reviews, I always said I have trouble getting used to the touch switches. I like these mechanical switches better because they move, so you can tell when you pressed it in the dark. So I'm glad that they went with these mechanical switches. The surprising thing about this light is the range. Almost always when these companies go crazy and just make the brightest supernova light, it's almost always a floodlight. Whereas this has 700 meters range. That's just a lot better balance of capabilities. Other perks, those very high quality protected batteries, and that it's USB rechargeable. Now this thing does get hot. I would recommend do not run the turbo for more than 30 seconds. All right, a couple times I turned it off before the thermal step down because I thought it was getting too hot even before it reached that temperature marker. Okay, so think of it as an 8,000 lumen light that has a 30-second burst mode of 16,000. Within 30 seconds in turbo, this will be very uncomfortable to your hand. And within a minute of turbo, it will damage your exposed skin. So do not leave this around. Do not let kids play with this light. This is for experienced adult users, people who are familiar with turbo modes on lights and familiar with high drain batteries. So basically this thing is insane. Insane performance, great range, just very high quality. The drawbacks, really the only drawback is do not run the turbo mode for more than 30 seconds. Okay, you've got to know its limitations. But aside from that misuse, this light is just super impressive. Brightest light I currently own. All right, well, hope you enjoyed seeing it. Check out the links in the text box. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.